All right. Speaking of kids, they're the future. This is a climate change emergency. What are your specific policies that are going to address climate change? And I ask you this because I've been on your website this morning and I can't see a climate change policy.
Oh, look, deeply committed to climate change.
It's not on your website.
No, but our position is really well understood and has been articulated over the last year. We are deeply supportive of being net carbon zero by 2050. We're deeply committed to NDC 2030 targets, and we supported the government in May last year with the emissions reductions, with the emissions budgets.
What would you do if you got into government?
Yeah,
what
government can do is enable much more investment in renewable energy. That's a big thing. So faster, resource consenting, making sure that we've got immigration settings to bring in the right talent and people that can build those facilities.
Are these the sorts of things that directly tackle climate change? I mean,
yeah, they do, because
last year you were a proponent of reopening some gas licences, weren't you?
Well, no, what I'd say to you on that one is, again, we've got a government that, again, as we've seen over the last 5.5 years, makes big sweeping statements and really doesn't deliver the outcomes. So here's what has happened on that. Yes, we don't believe in fossil fuels. We know there's a pathway. We've got to get out of them. But by cutting oil and gas, we've ended up now tripling the amount of Indonesian coal we bring into this country each and every year. 3 times more than we did in any year that National was in government. So it's just thinking through the second, third order consequences of decisions like that, because the headline's really simple and easy to make, and we'd all love to get out of fossil fuels as fast as we possibly can. But the consequences have been really challenging for New Zealand, because now we're actually bringing in more coal, and we've actually got some real challenges around the emissions. Our emissions haven't fundamentally moved or changed. So all I'm saying to you is, we needed gas, which is not coal and oil, but gas as a transitionary energy source until we can get even more renewables in place. The energy companies, and they've got a plan to invest over and drive into renewables. We already start from a really high base, so we should be very much encouraging all of that. And the role of government is is to support and enable it and make things happen. And so making an investment in a catalyst that might get more EVs and charging networks up and running, making sure we can get renewable energy consents done faster. Offshore wind has taken a long time to be able to get those resource consents done.
I know, there's a whole bunch of stuff. I'm sure we'll come back to.
But I just want to be really clear, we are very deeply committed to the ends. The means by which we do that may be different from this government, because we believe in having a proper plan.